Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Laporte. I'm the assistant principal here at Sutton High School, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to tonight's band concert. As a former band director myself, it always gives me great pleasure to be able to kind of introduce these folks up here and get ready to celebrate the hard work, the dedication, and the accomplishments of all of these student musicians that we have up here tonight. In order for this to be a successful concert for them, we're just asking a few things of you. First of all, in case something happens, please make sure that you notice all the exits that are near you. Make sure that we are not using flash photography. The flash can be extremely distracting for these folks who are trying to read the little dots on the page. Make sure that if you have a cell phone, that you have it at least silenced, if not turned off, because we don't want any distractions for them. And just lastly, the acoustics in this auditorium are phenomenal. You can hear every note and articulation and nuance coming from them, which also means that they can hear every note and nuance that's coming from the audience. So if you do need to make noise, or if you need to have a conversation, please wait till the end of a song and go into the lobby so we don't distract from the performance. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Justin Falvo and the Sutton High School Band.
Thank you very much. That was Sea Songs by Rafe Vaughan Williams, which is actually how you pronounce his name, as he is very English. And this year, that piece, along with its sister piece, the English Folk Song Suite, actually celebrated their 100th year. So for band music, that makes them really old, considering this particular concert medium has not actually been around all that long. So we hope that you enjoyed it. It's actually very technical and very difficult to do a lot of what that piece does with the instrumentation that we have. The next piece is Dum Spiro Spero, which is far from self-explanatory. The Latin this alludes to means, while I breathe, I hope. So as you listen to this piece of music, I want you to imagine something in your life that you have hoped for. It could possibly be the recovery from a terrible illness. It could be the hope for the promise of new life. It could be many things. It could be college admissions, or it might be something some of us are probably a little too close to home at the moment. But we hope that you enjoy this piece, Dum Spiro Spero. Welcome back. So one of the unfortunate realities of our program when we do two primary concerts here in the Sutton Auditorium is that every single concert that we give to you is either somebody's first or somebody's last concert. Our fall is exciting because we don't acknowledge our freshmen, although come to think of it, we probably should acknowledge them a little bit. But tonight is special because we use tonight to acknowledge our seniors who are graduating shortly. And to be honest, if I was going to pick a 4 years to go to high school, I guess they're better than the last 4 years. But this was a very interesting time, and we appreciate all of your efforts to remain involved in the program, despite the fact that there was a very interesting middle part of your years here. And I also, before I acknowledge the seniors that are on stage tonight, want to acknowledge all of the parents that encouraged them and insisted and did everything that you did in order to keep them involved in music throughout that entire process that was COVID. So we thank you so much for that. Parents that are out there, honestly, we should give you a round of applause first. Before we acknowledge our seniors. And we're going to acknowledge them in reverse score order, which actually sort of acknowledges them from back to front. And if you could hold your applause all the way to the end, we would appreciate it. So, in our percussion section, Nixon Huggins. In our trumpet section, Ty Grogan and James Kais. In our flute section, Delaney Monica. In our bassoon section, Katie Chrysopoulos. You can all clap now. Thank you very much. The five of you will be missed very much, and we thank you so much for everything that you have done to help bring our band back from the brink. So thank you very much. And with that, our Shannon and Hayden are going to come talk about our next piece.
Oh, it's on. Okay. Hi, guys. Our next piece we're playing is Allegre. Yeah. So this piece has a little bit of a Caribbean twist to it. So, and another special part about this piece is we get to improvise, which is mainly in jazz that you get to improvise.
Yeah, so our improvisators are going to be Abraham, the euphonium, Sam in the oboe section, and we're not going to improvise, but we are going to do a little thing. It's going to be a little fishy. You'll see later.
That was really bad. So another thing, we would like to thank Mr. Favo for everything he does for us, because the amount of opportunities he gives us to be excellent musicians is amazing. Both of us have now made it 2 years in a row to senior districts, now first chair. Eighth.
Oh, gotta mention Chloe too. She made it as well. Woo.
And we have several of us went to the UMass Amherst Honor Bands. That was Abraham, Edith, Madison, right? Yeah. Who else went? Jack, Nixon, Vivian, Katie. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone, but you all did amazing jobs.
Chloe too.
Chloe too, yeah, Chloe too. But yeah, he gives us so many opportunities, and some of us are even going to a couple bands in the summer, the John Phillips Sousa Band. And it's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you, Mr. Falvo, for everything you do for us, and enjoy the piece.
Farewell.
Thank you. Next on our program is America the Beautiful, and while that ordinarily wouldn't require any sense of explanation, it should be mentioned that on Friday morning, this band will be performing at the Lincoln Memorial, which I find to be wonderful because every time I've taken the DC trip with this group, and my predecessor has taken the DC trip with this group, we have always requested the Lincoln Memorial first because of its historical significance, because of how beautiful it is, and because there's lots of foot traffic. And finally, after asking for it probably 6 times, we're being blessed enough to be given a permit. So we will be there on Friday, and as such, we will be performing a couple patriotic things. We hope you enjoy America the Beautiful. So another piece that requires little to no explanation is the Pixar movie Magic, which is a medley of some of the earlier Pixar movies. When I saw this piece, I knew, especially with the drum set feature, that this would be a perfect piece to feature Nixon Huggins, as they are not only a senior, but our drummer from our pep band. So Nixon has done many things to help bring our drummers back from nothing. So we appreciate everything that you've done. I also want to take the opportunity to thank the Huggins family. They are one of 3 families that are out there tonight that have been parents or families that have had kids in the program with me since I started here in Sutton. So this is year 12, and I finally bid adieu to the Huggins family. So thank you so much for all of your support of your kids. And the Briggses and the Rogans, your time is unfortunately coming, but I will thank you later. So thank you, and thank you, Nixon. final piece tonight. For those of you who know me well, know that I am way too compulsive to allow this many empty chairs to be on the stage for the entire evening. But what I will say is this final piece, Amparita Roca, we're going to do something that we have never done before. In just a few moments, I'm going to ask the high school band to spread out to make themselves fill as many of the chairs as possible, and then give us an opportunity to invite you, as many of you who would like, to come up and have a seat amongst the band, to experience what it feels like to sit on stage with the people around you. Now, I encourage you to do this. It's going to be fun. They're not going to hurt. You're afraid of people. Don't sit next to Coda. That's more funny than I intended, but that's not the point. What I want you to do, let them spread out. Please come on up, and then we have one, Abraham is going to talk a little bit about the music itself. So take this as an opportunity. Most of you only ever see my back, including my own mother, so come on up.
All right, everybody in position? Is it Jaime Texador? Jaime? The name, the composer. Jaime Texador. Jamie? No. Okay. Jaime Texador lived and died in Spain from 1884 to 1956. He wrote this piece in 1925, and it was first performed. It is a paso doble, which is a type of Spanish march that is twice as fast as a usual march, so that you can walk twice as fast or march twice as fast. It literally means double step. And Amparita Roca is named after a piano student of Jaime Texador's named Amparita Roca. And that's just all I have to say about that.
And we will have a brief meeting about the trip as soon as we are finished here. We're just going to keep the kids on stage. We're going to have that quick meeting, and then we are going to move a bunch of stuff and head out. So more on that later. But we hope you enjoy Amparita Roca.